Good morning, beautiful people. Yes, I am on the trail. Just before the next storm is moving in. It's very dark and gray, but it's still dry, so it's still okay. If you're new here, welcome to Mountain Muse. I walk and talk. Hopefully provide you with a little bit of nature, some clarity, maybe some inspiration. There's a big tree. All these shrubs that you see here, they're very prickly and they try to grab you left and right. Things are getting a little bit greener, but there's still a lot of shades of gray and brown. Oh, I think that's exactly where I wanted to go. Found my trail. I think this is a nice spot for us. This huge tree here. Whoa, big one. So I've been thinking about something lately that I can't really shake. We live in this age where everything is moving fast. Technology, information, all of it. And there's this assumption, this unspoken belief that because time has passed, we somehow leveled up as a species. Like we're the most advanced, most evolved version of humanity that's ever existed. But are we? I mean, really, are we? Because when I look around, and I'm not talking about phones and AI and all that, I'm talking about how we treat each other, how we treat the earth, how we handle power, how quick we are to go to war, to divide, to destroy. I don't see a species that's evolved. I see a species that's been running on the same operating system for thousands of years, just with better packaging. The Romans had political corruption. Ancient civilizations had propaganda, manipulation, leaders who used fear to control people. We look back at them and think, wow, how primitive. But we're doing the same things. We just have screens now. Time passes, centuries go by, generations are born, live their whole lives, pass on, and yet here we are, still fighting the same battles, still struggling with the same darkness. It makes you wonder, does time actually change anything? Or does it just move? Because movement isn't the same as growth. You can pace back and forth in your room your whole life and cover a lot of ground without ever actually going anywhere. And I think that's where a lot of people are right now, feeling this weight, this heaviness. Like, what's going on with the world? Not in a dramatic way, but genuinely. You look at the news, you look at what's happening politically, environmentally, socially, and there's this temptation to just despair. And I get it. I felt that a lot lately. But here's where I've landed. And of course, this is just my take. I think part of the pain comes from expecting the world to be further along than it is. We hold this idea that civilization is on an upward path, always improving, always getting better. And when reality doesn't match that, it feels like a betrayal somehow. But what if we let go of that expectation? Not in a cynical way, not like nothing matters, everything is broken, but more like a spiritual release, a detachment from the idea that the world owes us progress. Because here's the thing, the world has always been turbulent. There has never been a golden age where everything was fine and people were kind and peace reigned. I don't think that time doesn't exist. It never existed. Every generation has faced its version of this. And yet, people found beauty. People loved each other. People created art, raised families, and had moments of genuine joy. That didn't happen despite the darkness. It happened inside me. So when I'm out here walking, looking at these trees, and some of them have probably been standing longer than my lifetime, I'm reminded that there's something underneath all the noise that doesn't change. And that's where I try to anchor myself. Not in the headlines, not in the endless scroll, but in the things that are real and immediate and right in front of me. The sound of water moving over rocks, a conversation with someone I love, the way the light hits at golden hour, a meal, a good night's sleep, the feeling of your feet on the ground. These things aren't small. We call them small because we've been conditioned to think that significant lives in the big, loud, global stuff. But I'd argue these quiet moments are where actual life happens. And I think that's the move, honestly. Not to check out. I'm not saying ignore what's happening. Don't care, don't vote, don't speak up. That's not what I mean. But to stop letting the state of the world determine the state of your inner life. Because if you outsource your peace to the news cycle, you will never have peace, ever. It will always be something. There's a version of being informed and engaged without being consumed, without being hollowed out. And I think that's what we all are trying to find right now. I don't have a perfect answer. I'm figuring it out myself. But being out here helps. Stepping away from the screen, getting into something real and physical and quiet. This recalibrates something in me. It reminds me that the world is still genuinely beautiful, that people are still mostly decent, and that life on the ground level is still worth showing up for. And maybe that's enough for today. Not solving it, not fixing it, just not letting it take everything from you. Spotted a very lonely daffodil. Let's see if I can get to it. Ah, there it is. Oh, that's quite far downhill. Probably not easy to get to. Zooming in. There it is. The wind is picking up and the temperature is dropping. Right away, I noticed that there's a lot of chives already out. So this is, I would not eat this one because it's so close to the trail. So these are free chives. And the ramps are coming too soon. We'll do a different trip for that. I would love to hear from you and what your thoughts are. So leave some comments if you like. Ouch. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain Muse. Not sure, it's like an old fungus. If you can, try to get out in nature. It really helps. And if you can, enjoy watching this video. That will hopefully give you a little bit of the same experience. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next